Hey everyone, for those of you who are watching for the first time, my name is Conor Robinson and I'm the Program Coordinator for the Humanist Service Corps. Welcome to the Humanist Service Corps vlog. I'm here today with Cleo. That's the name. She is one of the HSC volunteers, and despite her California Motor Club shirt, that's surprisingly hard to say, California Motor Club, despite that shirt, she is the only Ghanaian on the team, so she's got a very interesting perspective that I think all of you will appreciate. I'm supposed to look up here. I'm looking at myself, but I'm supposed to be looking at the camera. Sorry, so I'm looking at the camera now so that it seems like I'm looking at you all. Anyway, so Cleo's here, and Cleo, I want to know, and I'm sure everyone else wants to know, what's it like being the sole Ghanaian among a bunch of weird Americans?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Interesting.
Okay, so how's it interesting? How's it crazy?
I grew up watching a bunch of American movies that portrayed Americans in a certain way that I have realized is not true.
Okay.
Like the movies I've watched.
Yeah, what are the movies that informed your idea of what Americans would be like?
That Americans like partying and they're loud and they're crazy and they're fun. Oh wait, you guys are fun.
Wait, so but all of those things seem true to me. We're definitely louder than the Ghanaians.
I don't think so. I think the Northerners, especially in the Voltarians where I'm from, are very loud. Louder than Americans. Well, the Americans I have met. Yeah, some of the things are true, like how you guys are fun and know how to party.
Okay.
Maybe all the things are true.
But it's just not like all the time.
No,
in the
definitely
movies, that's
not
like
all the time.
it is,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely not all the time.
Yeah, I had someone the other day ask me about Christmas celebrations. And he seemed surprised when I was describing what they were like because he said, well, in the movies, it's always just like drinking and partying. That's Christmas.
Drinking eggnog.
Like, no, Christmas is usually more about family and presents.
Well, that's what the movies tell us.
Well, anyway. So you mentioned this word that I think viewers will probably not be familiar with, Voltarians. To us, that sounds like something out of Star Trek. It's like, what is a Voltarian?
It's not as cool as it sounds. Voltarians are Ghanaians that are from the Volta region, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
Yes, that is in the south.
So the Volta region, okay.
Yes.
In the south, all right. Known for its beautiful waterfalls and mountains.
Yep, that is true. Where I'm from especially has a very beautiful mountain and a nice waterfall. And for the language, we have like a lot of languages in the Volta region. Where the main language in Volta region is Ewe. And the people in my village speak that, as well as another local dialect called Avatime.
Okay, so Avatime.
Yes.
So say Americans are crazy partiers in Avatime.
Oh God. Americans will be doing this. I
like it. All right. Cool. So we've been learning Dagbanli here, and Cleo's been one of my main Dagbanli buddies. We go to the community together and try to find people who will be patient teachers with us, or will tolerate our failures. What else have you been doing? What's your work in Ghana?
You mean with the team?
Yeah. What are you here volunteering for? What's your project?
All right. I work on the water project. We are trying to get water to the Kukuo community, and aside from that, I also go to Kukuo every Sunday and interview the alleged witches, the women, and then I write about that and we put some of their stories on our Facebook page, which some of you may have read. Yeah,
so for any of you who aren't familiar, in the northern region of Ghana, they have there used to be 6 camps for women who've been accused of witchcraft and who have had to flee for their lives as a result of these accusations. The communities in which they live become very hostile to them, and so they are basically given the option of either being lynched or leaving with only the clothes on their back and living in safety, albeit in squalor. They're called witch camps, although the groups that work to support these women prefer that they be called camps for alleged witches. So Cleo's been interviewing them.
Yeah.
Now, you're also, as a Ghanaian, probably one of the few, well, you're the only one who really can maybe understand the cultural context, the belief context in which this is happening. Could you say a little bit about that?
I definitely grew up believing in witchcraft because it's something that's around us all the time. Every person that is old, especially old women, are claimed to be witches. And when I was a child, I used to be terrified of these women, like really terrified of them. I didn't even want to see them. Like children would run away from the women. But when I grew up, I got more open-minded and I read a lot of stuff, and I realized that these things are not true, and these women are just, normal people who have grown old and are paying for growing old.
Was there anything in particular that helped you turn that corner, or that made you realize that, or like what changed for you that hasn't changed for 90% or more of Ghanaians?
I was accused myself at a point. I had a pastor tell my family that I had dark spirits or whatever inside me. So for a little while, I was an alleged witch, and I knew I was not a witch. So
So if I'm not a witch, well, I'm sorry that happened. It's when I first came to Kukuo with Pathfinders Project in December of 2013. That was a question I kept asking the women, because almost all of them maintained that they were innocent. And then I'd ask them, so what about the others here? Are they also innocent? And they would say, no, the other women here are witches.
Oh.
I'm not a witch, but they are. And they would point to the existence of the camps themselves as proof of the existence of witchcraft, which I found really interesting, and it made it seem very difficult to address. But so the way we're addressing it is through education work, healthcare work, clean water work, and getting people jobs. Make their lives better, they'll have less to blame on witchcraft, right?
True.
Make them understand tragedy better, they'll have better explanations for those tragedies. Anyway, that's the theory. So that's it, I think, for today. Ending on a sad note. I don't know. How do we bring us home? How do we end on a better note?
Let's do it the American way. How do Americans say goodbye in a fun, crazy way?
They just say
Cheers!
No.
Is that not how you do it?
No, that's not even close. It's not even close to how anybody says goodbye.
I tried.
You're like mixing a British accent with a Californian accent, like
Hey!
It's like, oh boy. Anyway, on that note, I think we will sign off. Maybe you're going for something like ta-ta for now. I don't know.
Oh,
like,
ta-ta.
No, these are all British things.
Ta-ta.
But so next time I will be interviewing another member of the HSC team. It'll be interesting as always. I don't know if anyone will be able to top Cleo here, but we will all try. I'm also going to be interviewing some members of Songtaba staff, Songtaba being our partner organization and really the primary reason we are here, the women's rights organization that we're here to support. So I'll be interviewing some staff in upcoming vlogs, and I think that will be some stuff you don't want to miss. Those will be interviews you don't want to miss. So anyway, until then, keep in mind that we are still, as of this moment, accepting applications for the 2016-2017 Humanist Service Corps. Do apply, the link is below, and as always, we need your support in order to continue this work, and that's not just in terms of sharing these stories, these videos on Facebook and other social media platforms, but it's also in the form of donations. We can't do this work, can't do the clean water work, can't do the medical work without money to foot those bills. So, if you're in a position, please sign up to be a monthly recurring donor, also in the links below.
Please.
Please. Or should we say... Wait, how do you say please? Bye, mi solo.